Many of you astute viewers out there already know this, but the baby, our new baby, is literally dropping in about a week. So I'm gonna try squeezing in, pardon the pun, one last video. And it's something you guys have been asking for. I've done separate videos on these, but long overdue is the comparison between the Soundcore Q45 versus the 1MORE SONOFLOW. And stay tuned to the end of the video for a bonus segment where we talk about my favorites of 2022, which is also long overdue at this point. So let's do this! Both the Q45 and the SONOFLOW share roughly the same audio philosophies. You get all the codecs, unless it's aptX you're looking for, then you're pretty much so out of luck. But the big news here is both of these have high-res certification, which means you can enjoy your FLAC files and other high-res media coming from these headphones, especially if they're pushed from the right hardware. But I'll tell you something, even without that, these sound fantastic, with a slightly different emphasis. In short, go with the Soundcore if you want technical, sharper sound. And sure, it can hang with Mozart, but it's more comfortable flying around the world with Daft Punk. 1MORE sneaks a little more warmth in the lower frequencies while placing more focus on vocals front and center. Both of these can dip into bass, but there is a difference again. Thumping bass is stronger on the Q45 and its compadre offers more details, so pick your poison, guys. Now, the Q45 leaps ahead by maintaining SQ regardless of what noise control mode you're in. On the SONOFLOW, I would say it's just best to keep it with active noise cancellation on and just leave it at that. That's my little PSA for you. Even though we've received months worth of firmware updates for both, the Q45 manages to stay ahead in terms of noise cancellation performance. Now, I have to say though that random constant sounds like pitter-patter of rain still manages to trip this thing up. It's kind of like pass-through mode, like it drowns out all the lower frequencies, nullifies them, but the pitter-patter, higher-pitched sounds comes right through. But still, overall, I'll still take this on a plane anytime. And in case you're wondering, passive seal on both of these are fantastic. I prefer the Ergo of the SONOFLOW and the design of the Q45. This thing, I mean, just look at it. The expensive looking materials, the better perceived touch points, better plastics than the SONOFLOW itself, tasteful spattering of metal or metal-like accents. On the other hand, where the SONOFLOW does gain ground is its ability to fold down much smaller on the go compared to the Soundcore, and the controls. Man, I'll tell you what, they're significantly easier to use by feel. Somewhat related to the design, I tend to pick up the 1MORE more often just because it feels lighter, because it is, and it feels more secure on my head as well because it has better clamping force. Now, don't get me wrong, both of these are comfortable. It's just that the SONOFLOW isn't as bulky and thick as this guy. When I'm, for example, working in the yard or doing chores around the house, it feels like it doesn't get in the way as much. Plus, these plush ear cups, they just feel a little bit more expensive. Coming in at $50 less retail, it might be a straight up better deal to buy the SONOFLOW. And sure, it is missing features like wear detection, but it rocks where it counts, like sound quality and battery life. Plus, it also has a significantly better carry case between the two, in my opinion. Now, on the other hand, if your budget is flexible or if you prefer the more mature Soundcore ecosystem, I say go with the Q45. You can't go wrong there either, or even the cheaper Q30 or Q35. Okay, 2022. Man, what can I say about that? It's been an eventful year for many of us, and in terms of tech, it's been chock full of new and improved gadgets, almost a release every other day, hasn't it? And I've been fortunate enough to be included in a lot of them to be able to review many of these things for y'all. And so here are my top favorites in no particular order. Now, I'm not going to go into any kind of long-winded segments on how I chose them or why I got there. I'm just going to list them out. So let's start with my favorite headphones. Again, in no particular order. The Sony WH-1000XM5 for being the best all-rounder bar none. And I also really like the Hi-Fi-Man HE400 SE because it's one of the cheapest and best way into planar magnetic headphones and everything. Lowered down the price range from the XM5, Soundcore's Q45 improves on the previous gen in so many ways. I can almost forgive the company for charging $150 for the price of entry on this thing. Well, almost, because personally I think it's more like a $110, $125 device. Let's not forget that a lot of awesome accessories pass through the GearUP test bench, and my absolute favorite is the iFi Audio Hip Deck 2, a portable, flash-shaped, as you can see, powerhouse of a digital amplifier. It basically gives a new dimension to your wired headphones or earphones with ease. Another easy recommendation would have been the Eufy Cam 3 and Homebase 3, but they're involved, as you know, in a whole privacy issue thing, and I'll probably change my ratings based on that. But as of a month ago, this was my favorite accessory in terms of smart security. And last but not least is earphones, this channel's unofficial bread and butter category. To be honest, none of these that I reviewed this year are losers. It's just that the following ones that I'm about to say stood out over the rest. So my top picks of 2022 are the Soundcore Liberty 4, and I know I hated on them for being a little bit too saturated in terms of features. It's really hard to beat for being the best all-rounder of the year. The Pixel Buds Pro surprised me for its pure speed and audio chops. It's actually surprisingly mature for a Google product. And if you're looking for the best workout earphone, be sure to check out the Shox Open Run Pro. The SQ is not top dog, but it's the whole package, the whole experience. It's safe, it's tough, it's well made, and so easy to use, and almost weightless when it's on your head. So that was my favorites list. I know I could have included a whole lot more because there have been so many good things, and I wish I didn't have to exclude them, but I just have to simplify it. Thank you so much for watching this. Oh, by the way, if you're watching this at the end of December, you know the baby hasn't come, but if you notice that this video is dropped in January, then you know what happened. So in that case, happy belated Christmas, holidays and everything, and happy New Year to y'all. And thank you so much for joining me in the whole of 2022 through all even the hijacks, the 2 hijack incidents where I was down and out and the channel disappeared. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for sharing this channel and continue to do so. Please support me in 2023. Show your support, tell your friends and family about it. Thumbs up, subscribe. There's a lot more new reviews coming up. Giveaways are coming up as well too, so stay tuned for that. And remember to do something loving and kind for somebody in this world, because guess what, guys? The world needs it more than ever, and it starts with you. I love you all very much. Peace out.